Welcome. Well, you know what month it is. It's October. The only time I can walk out in public dressed like this. And it's time to review a scary movie. And with Halloween Kills coming out this week, I figured why not check out the one that started it all. Halloween, or John Carpenter's Halloween, is a 1978 independent American slasher film directed and scored and written by John Carpenter and co-written with producer Deborah Hill, and it is deemed as one of the greatest horror movies and slasher films ever made. So why don't we just slash our way through? The film opens with a brief opening title/credit sequence showing a jack-o'-lantern accompanied by John Carpenter's famous theme. The film takes place in Haddonfield, California. I know it says Illinois, but it was filmed in California, so it counts. And it's on Halloween night in 1963. We begin with the POV of Michael Myers as he's stalking his sister with her boyfriend, and he gets his little friend. Jeez, Michael's sister banged her boyfriend in 40 seconds?
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
I gotta go.
Will you call me tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Promise?
Yeah.
No, he won't. Then Michael gets his clown mask
Bravo 6. Going dark.
and stabs his sister. Yeah, he's just pissed that she didn't take him trick-or-treating. They were giving out the good candy bars, those gigantic ones. Michael then goes outside when his parents arrive, and from then on, Michael Myers was grounded with no parole. We fast forward 15 years later to 1978, on October 30th, where we see Dr. Loomis, played by Donald Pleasance, and a nurse named Marion Chambers, played by Nancy Stevens, as they drive to the local sanitarium to have Michael be taken to a hearing in front of a judge where he would be transferred to another sanitarium.
Are there any special instructions?
Just trying to understand what we're dealing with here. Don't underestimate it.
Don't you think we could refer to it as him?
Because it is scarier, just ask Pennywise. Then they see several mental patients that are reenacting Singing in the Rain.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
Dr. Loomis rushes out of the car into the rain to see the live performance, just as Michael leaps on top of the car and hijacks it, GTA style. The next day, on Halloween in Haddonfield, we see Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, as a normal, innocent girl, but in 40 years, she'll be a paranoid, gun-toting grandma. As Laurie walks down the street, an 8-year-old boy named Tommy Doyle, played by Brian Andrews, walks up to her. Tommy tells Laurie not to go to the Myers house because something bad happened there once.
No shit, Sherlock.
As she drops the key her real estate dad gave her to leave under the mat, someone appears inside and looks through the front window at her. Tommy soon leaves after this and Laurie walks on, singing to herself, when suddenly Michael shows up right behind her, staring at her. Meanwhile, back at Smith's Grove, Dr. Loomis is debating with another doctor, Terrence Wynn, played by Robert Palin.
Well, he was your patient, Doctor, and precautions weren't strong enough. You should have told somebody.
I told everybody! Nobody listened.
Yeah, they were too busy texting.
Sam Haddonfield is 150 miles away from here. Now, for God's sakes, he can't drive a car.
He was doing very well last night. Maybe someone around here gave him lessons.
So asylums have their own DMV? Interesting. Dr. Loomis angrily gets in his car and drives away. Later that day, Laurie sits in English class and sees Michael standing outside.
Samuel's view of fate differ from that of Cosmo?
Yeah, he does the same thing at a Chuck E. Cheese. Meanwhile, at Haddonfield Elementary School, Tommy is leaving carrying a large pumpkin and is followed by several bullies.
Don't you know what happens on Halloween? Yeah, we get candy.
Yeah, and you get yelled at by a Karen.
Boogeyman, ooh, the boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman, the boogeyman.
It may be smashed, but at least you can make some pumpkin pie out of it. Then Michael jumps out and grabs one of the kids. Hey, you're not the kid I wanted. Michael then follows Tommy and drives off. I guess he's got bigger fish to stab. On the highway, somewhere between Smith's Grove and Haddonfield, Dr. Loomis stands at a telephone booth.
You must be ready for him. If you don't, it's your funeral.
He means that literally. Dr. Loomis notices a towing truck parked nearby in a grassy area. Inside he finds Michael's white hospital gown and the rabbit and red lounge matchbook the nurse had. And he doesn't notice the dead towing truck driver sunbathing in the nearby grass. Meanwhile, Lori is walking home with her friend Linda, played by PJ Souls, who says totally way too much. And it's annoying as hell.
Totally.
Anyways, they walk along with another girl named Annie Brackett, played by Nancy Loomis, no relation to Dr. Loomis.
Hey, Linda, Lori, why didn't you wait for me?
Because you're the slowest. While they are talking, Michael Myers goes speeding down the street when Annie yells at him,
Hey, jerk! Speed kills!
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
and drives off as he plans to kill her later. Lori and Annie continue on when suddenly Lori sees Michael hiding behind a bush ahead of them. Yeah, stalking is his way of meeting new people.
Lori, dear, he wants to talk to you. He wants to take you out tonight.
Yeah, he's taking you for sushi and you're the sushi. Looking behind her, she accidentally runs into Mr. Brackett, played by Charles Cyphers, Annie's father and the sheriff of Haddonfield.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Yeah, except we had more than one scare in 2020. At her house, Lori looks out of her window and sees Michael drying out his laundry. Meanwhile, Dr. Loomis arrives at the Haddonfield Cemetery with the gravekeeper when they discover that Judith's headstone is now missing.
Goddamn kids. They'd do anything for Halloween.
Yeah, I bet Logan or Jake Paul stole it for views. Later that day, Annie picks up Lori at her house to go babysitting, and they drive around for a while smoking a joint. Yeah, it looks like Lori's a little rebellious. They spot Annie's father in front of the store.
What happened?
What?
What happened?
Oh, somebody broke into the hardware store. Probably kids.
Yeah, someone stole a William Shatner mask.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, soon-to-be dead daughter. After they leave, Dr. Loomis pulls up to the store and asks to speak with Sheriff Brackett, who says he will talk to him in a moment. Dr. Loomis stands waiting on the sidewalk as Michael Myers drives right past him. In Annie's car, Lori reveals to Annie that she has a crush on the mega Chad himself, Ben Tramer.
I knew it! See, you do think about things like that, huh, Lori?
Shut up.
He's cute!
Don't worry, Ben Tramer will get his shining moment in the sequel. Meanwhile, Dr. Loomis and Sheriff Brackett arrive at the abandoned Myers house.
What is that? It's a dog. It's still warm. He got hungry.
A dead dog? Ooh, John Wick is not going to be happy about that.
Standing on the lawn, he could have seen inside.
Damn, Dr. Loomis is packing heat. Now, time for some scary monologue.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Yep, they're devil's eyes, alright. I would know. Look at mine.
It's funny because it's true.
At the Doyle house, Lori is babysitting Tommy.
I don't like that story.
I thought King Arthur was your favorite.
No, not that Arthur. This Arthur.
Laser Man. Neutron Man. I can understand why. Tarantula Man.
Hey, Tarantula Man will spawn a very successful franchise. Meanwhile, at the Wallace house, Annie tells Lori that she just spoke with Ben Tramer and told him that Lori is attracted to him. Lori becomes angry and embarrassed and begs Annie not to say anything to him. Then the dog Lester starts barking and we see Lindsay, the girl Annie is babysitting. Annie accidentally spills butter all over her shirt and pants and removes them while Michael watches. But gets upset he didn't see any nudity.
God, what a dick.
Michael then goes to another window when Lester sees him and barks at him.
Lester's barking again and getting on my nerves again. Oh, never mind. Guess he found a hot date.
Then Annie gets a call from her boyfriend, Paul, played by an uncredited John Carpenter, to ask if she's down to fuck. So Annie takes Lindsay to the Doyle house, and inside, both Lindsay and Tommy are watching The Thing from Another World. Hey, that's how I spend my weekends. Annie wants Lori to babysit Lindsay for her, but Lori is reluctant, but Annie promises to talk to Ben Tramer in the morning and tell him that they were just fooling around. Well, he'll be disappointed. Now she's off to fuck. Then Michael Myers pops out in the back and kills her for her speeding comment earlier. Tommy then sees Michael carrying Annie's lifeless body back to the Wallace house. Lori doesn't believe him even though she saw Michael appear and disappear earlier. Meanwhile, at the Myers house, Dr. Loomis scares the shit out of the same bullies we saw earlier.
Go in!
Hey? Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Suddenly, Sheriff Brackett jumps out behind Dr. Loomis and startles him. Goddamn, Brackett, did you go to the same ninja school as Michael Myers?
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
And if you are right, damn you for letting him go.
He didn't. Michael escaped on his own, you asshole. Yeah, better pray your daughter isn't dead. Back at the Wallace house, Linda and her boyfriend Bob arrive.
First we go inside, right? Then we'll just talk a little. And then Annie will distract Lindsay. That's when we go upstairs to the first bedroom on the left. You got it?
Okay, first I rip your clothes off.
Don't rip my blouse. It's expensive, idiot.
Trust me, you won't need that in the morning. Then Michael silently watches them getting it on. Okay, moving on. After fucking, Linda tells Bob to get her a beer. Michael then jumps out of the closet and kills him. He just stands there wondering how he broke the laws of physics. Then Michael shows up as Bob's ghost.
See anything you like?
Well, they do.
Yes! Oh, lovely! Oh my God.
I'll leave you guys alone.
Then Michael kills her via autoerotic asphyxiation. After Linda dies, Michael picks up the phone. Hello, I'm calling about your car's extended warranty. Back at the Myers house, Dr. Loomis is waiting for Sheriff Brackett when suddenly he sees the Smith's Grove car Michael hijacked, and Loomis begins running down the street. Lori then walks to the Wallace house to check out what's going on. She walks upstairs and sees light from a jack-o'-lantern streaming underneath the bedroom door. She opens it and sees Michael's Halloween decorations. God damn, he takes Halloween very seriously. Lori runs out of the bedroom in the hallway when Michael reaches out with his knife and stabs her in the shoulder. Damn, she survived falling down a staircase while this guy died from it in Die Hard. She even has superhuman strength. Lori screams for help and runs into the porch of another house, but no one would help her. She then runs across to the Doyle house, but she lost her key.
Who is it? Tommy, open up, it's me! Yeah, please. Tommy, please!
Yeah, I don't know why she needs Tommy's help when she punched through a glass door. Yeah, she gets inside and tells Tommy and Lindsay to hide. Suddenly, Michael leaps from behind the couch and tries to stab her, but he misses, and Lori stabs him in the neck with a knitting needle. Well, Lori deserves a breather after what she's been through. Outside, Dr. Loomis is still walking down the sidewalk when Sheriff Brackett's car pulls up and he tells him that Michael's here. Meanwhile, at the Doyle house,
There's nothing to be scared of.
Are you sure? How?
I killed him.
no you didn't. Tommy and Lindsay run back into the bedroom. Laurie scurries into another room and hides in a closet when Michael breaks into the closet. And Laurie stabs Michael in the eye with a coat hanger, causing him to drop his knife, and she stabs Michael, and he's out for the count. But uh-oh, he's back. Tommy and Lindsay leave the house screaming, attracting the attention of Dr. Loomis. Michael grabs her by the neck and begins to strangle her. Laurie fights back and pulls his mask off.
It's hideous!
Luckily, Loomis shows up and blasts the motherfucker. Damn, Dr. Loomis is a thug.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
He then sees that Michael has vanished. And that was Halloween. The film was a financial hit and a widely influential film within the horror genre. It was largely responsible for popularizing slasher films, especially in the 80s, and helped develop the slasher genre. Halloween also popularized many tropes that would become completely synonymous with the slasher genre. It also made Michael Myers a pop culture icon synonymous with horror and the Halloween holiday itself. Halloween spawned a film franchise comprising of 11 films. Also, in 2006, the film was selected for preservation in the United States Film Registry by the Library of Congress. As for me, I love this film. It builds great suspense with its fantastic cinematography and its amazing theme and its amazing score by John Carpenter, giving it a very spooky atmosphere. Laurie is also a very likable character as she sticks to her good morals, as well as being a quick thinker, and she can hold her own against Michael. Michael Myers himself is a great antagonist as he's both scary and mysterious at the same time. You never know why he wants to kill people, he just does it. In addition, Donald Pleasence is great as Dr. Loomis, especially with his spooky monologues.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Overall, this film was great. I highly recommend it, especially on Halloween night. That's why I watch it every Halloween. So I give it 5 pale Shatner masks out of 5. And I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. Stay safe out there. Goodbye.
The old Girl Scout comes through again.